Welcome to our Saturday team call. Yay. Let's hear from Diana first.
I got my first coach and she sold her first package the same
Wow.
day.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I'm excited for her.
Is she someone like a friend of yours? Like, you know her?
So she is engaged to a girl I used to go to school with and like her brother. So it's kind of like a small world. And I've met her a couple times in person, but it hasn't been like I hung out with her like as a friend, but I can definitely see us doing that and building a relationship. She's going to Super Weekend with me next Sunday. She bought her ticket already and she's excited to experience that. And then she's already an instructor. She wasn't a coach prior, so it was kind of weird. She does insanity instructing, so I thought it was perfect. And she already has like the mentality for it and the audience, so I'm excited for her.
That sounds awesome. It sounds like you could be a great team together, like
Yeah,
you're local, you're both, pretty much starting out. So you can link arms and just build it together. And that's such an awesome, I wish I would have had that. Like, that's so exciting to be like starting from the beginning with someone that and is local. I didn't have that. So you guys are both blessed. Congratulations for both of you. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Anyone else have anything fun, exciting, happy news or questions or struggles to share? If that's like, it's way too early here.
I gotta be honest, I'm like struggling with these promo codes. They're like the kiss of death for me. I seem to give to people and it's like everyone that I've given it to seems to be like a good conversation and they're falling flat. So I think I might, I wanted to actually give it to like good customers that were continuously buying, but you have to buy like a challenge pack over 140. Because I did try to do that. I didn't realize the fine print. And somebody was like, oh, it's not working. And she actually like spent over 140, but it wasn't a challenge pack. It was like a completion pack and beach bars. So I'm sure it's the people and whatnot. It just so happens that everybody that I keep giving them to is like falling flat and coming up with excuses. And I'm like, oh, this is not working in my favor.
Have you tried offering it to people that are already your customers?
That's what I'm saying. I want to do.
Okay. That's
to do.
That's where I'm starting. And I did the same thing. I made the same mistake. I sold her a completion pack and then I realized, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. You can't use this because I read the thing and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's for 140 packs. So I did offer, I told her, I'm really sorry. I told you the wrong information. I'm like, I'll send you $10 via Venmo because, it's my mistake. And she's like, no, don't worry about it. And I'm like, okay, well, and this is a lead, so it's not somebody I know. She's like, don't worry about it. And I'm like, all right, well, let me at least send you, I have like a bunch of like containers, like extra containers from things that I ordered in the past. I'm like, let me say, are you using the containers? I'll send you an extra set. And she was like, sure. So I'm going to mail her a set of containers, like as my like apology. And I'll send you like her a little thank you card in there. But I wish they would have made it off the 130 packs because it's like, well, if someone already has BOD and they buy a completion pack, then it's 130. Like, it doesn't make any sense. So they should have just made those packs 140.
Yeah. So I tried that. Yeah, I did the same thing. I felt horrible.
Oh my gosh, it just froze on me.
But yeah, I have some people that like just, their $99 came through. So maybe I'll like hit them up and I don't know. Maybe I won't even use them. I don't know. But yeah,
my next maneuver with those is because I've texted most of my prior customers, like people that didn't unlock the VIP early access. I text them to see if they'd want to do like a completion pack or whatever. And since now I know that you can't use it on that, I don't want to sell them like a bigger package. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to post it in my Instagram stories. Like I'm going to do like a storytelling thing on Sunday because I was watching one of the National Wake Up Calls where she did like the storytelling thing on her stories where she had like a picture of her and then she had writing on the bottom. So my plan is, hopefully I can get motivated to do it tomorrow, is to write like my story. Like I'm going to create it in Canva. And then I'm going to, at the end of it, say, you know, I'm inviting you to start your self-care program with my tribe. And then I'm going to put like, I also am offering, you know, I have 3 promo codes for $10 off. Actually, I have 6 for first come, first served, and see if maybe I can, you know, bring in like new people with it, because if they do the 160 pack, then they can get the $10 off. So I really wish they would have just made those completion packs 140, because then it would have been this, it would have been a wash, right? They made them 130, so they don't qualify for the promo codes. And then, you know, so previous customers who already have BOD and are probably already drinking Shakeology or Performance Line can't use the promo code, because it's like the 130 pack, it doesn't apply, only to 140 and above. So yeah, I feel you, but whatever. If you don't use them, you don't use them. It's only $10 off. It's not like it's a huge deal, you know, like. All right, so let's jump into I just wanted to do a little summit recap and open up the floor, give people the opportunity to share their biggest takeaway or whatever, anything you want to share about Summit. And then if people want to ask questions about it, that's cool. And then I had a couple things I want to go over really quick about the challenge group and how we want to move forward with it. I was thinking about starting a contest like in our challenge group, our combined group on Facebook, and doing like, it's a social media posting challenge. So it's encouraging people to post on social media. And then I'll do prizes at the end. I'll do like a prize drawing. Like I have a box of like random Beachbody stuff that I've either won or like I bought and I never used that I can, you know, ship to people for prizes. And also was considering asking if people want to like lead a week in the group and do that. So that, and I have a couple ideas for it. So about, like an idea of doing like an Instagram story tag, like once a week on Fridays, do like a fun, but each coach can like lead a week. So say it's my week to lead. I'll come up with the content for that week, and then I post every day, and I encourage them to share on their social media, and they earn points if they share on social media, and they earn points if they share in the group only to get more engagement in that group. And they'll get additional points for sharing on social media. So it's kind of like setting them up to be coaches. I've done this in the past, but I haven't done it in a long time. So I have like 30 days worth of content. But I was thinking if we could switch like who each coach leads a week, then your clients are seeing you leading and not just me. And it's going to be different, more fun content, because it's not just my brain. They're like the same, you know, like way of thinking. It's different people's way of thinking. So it'll be more fun. And then on Fridays, I was thinking like every Friday could be like Fun Friday, where you do an Instagram story tag. So like, you know how I like to do my dance party challenges. So on Friday, I'd be like dance party challenge, and I'll tag like Diana, Melissa, like whoever's leading in the group. And then you can tag your clients and have them share on their stories and tag their friends or whatever to get involved. Like it makes it more fun and very social. I've seen other teams do it. And it could be like Jonna can do a juice drinking challenge. So like she does her green juice and then she tags me, and then I make my juice and I'm drinking my juice, and then we like tag our clients, and like it's like Instagram story tag, and then we can share the stories to our Instagram stories. It's really fun. And then the other thing I was thinking was a lot of teams are doing these like in the morning. They have I'm gonna mute. I'm hearing some feedback. They're doing the like, for example, I was sitting next to a girl on the plane that was on Chelsea Pearson and Rob Pearson's team, and they're just amazing people. I know them personally. They're awesome. They're like just really kind-hearted, awesome people. And I love their culture. And what they do is, and I'm not suggesting that we do this, but from 7 to 11 a.m., Monday through Friday, they have like their Zoom page open for anyone who wants to work out together. So like they just leave it open, and then whoever wants to hop on and work out can. I'm not suggesting that we do a 4-hour window, but like probably a lot of people work out in the morning. So maybe, maybe we could do like a 2-hour window where like maybe I work out at 8 and Jonna works out at 6:30 or whatever, and where like I can open up my Zoom in the morning or whatever and have it open. And then when people like, so it would be more for our clients, because people that like aren't motivated and need that motivation and need that team support, they can hop on the Zoom and they can work out with people. Now, the only thing is we run the risk if we leave it open for 2 hours, if somebody hops on and there's nobody on there, like that's going to be like, you know, I feel like demotivating. So it's just an idea. It's just a thought. I'm tossing it out there, and then it's open for discussion of what you think, how you think that will work for us. Cause I think it really this girl that was sitting next to me, like that was what really made her feel like she already knew her team, because she was working out with them on Zoom in the morning. And I know one of my other, she's one of my my old friends from Michigan. We're still still friends. We just haven't talked in a long time because she got married, has 3 kids, whatever. She lives in Michigan. Now she's in Kentucky, actually. Her sister, I had prospected her and she never signed up with me, but she ended up signing up with this other team. And that's what they do too. They have like a group of people in the morning and they Zoom and they work out together. So, only way it would work is like consistently that we do it at the same time. And I'm totally willing to open up my Zoom, like set my alarm and get the Zoom all set up in the morning. I'm not saying that I'm going to be on there working out the whole time, but I will hop on and do my workout on Zoom. So that's an idea. So those were my ideas about the challenge group. Do you want to just like discuss that really quick before we move into like the summit recap and story shares? Okay, so what do you guys think about that? What are your suggestions? How do you see us moving forward with this and making it be better for our clients?
I think the Zoom call is a great idea. Something I've always wanted to do in the past. I did it a couple times. I only had one challenger hop on. But I think it's a good option to keep out there. And if you can keep it open for 2 hours where somebody's on there, one of us coaches, I could do a 7 o'clock slot, and then maybe somebody else can do an 8 o'clock slot. I don't know. I'm open to that. So I think it's a really good idea.
Okay. I think it's a great idea too. And it's not like you all are starting the same workout at the same time. Like each person's doing their workout at home, like to their bod, but they're hopping on and they're like, oh, there's other faces here. I'm working out, even though it's not like you're doing the same workout and you're not together. They're getting to they feel like they're in like this virtual gym. So cool.
Yeah, when I did it in the past, we weren't doing the same program. She was doing a different program than I was, but we were just, the fact that we were hopping on together, seeing each other, I think it was pretty motivating for everyone.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Everyone does their own program. It doesn't have to be like, oh, I have to do like this one. It's just, you have your own workout going, but you're just with people. So I'm sure I'm guessing Jonna probably wouldn't mind. And I know she gets up earlier, so she might be able to take it might be like 6:30 to I'm usually I just finished my workout, but I'm usually up a little earlier. I just haven't been sleeping well since we got back from Summit. So I could maybe take like an 8 o'clock, 8 to 8:30. And then maybe it could be from 6:30 in the morning till 8:30. That could be like the 2-hour window if Jonna gets up that early. So, and I know that, I'm sorry for the West Coast. I know that won't work for you ladies because it's going to be 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning.
I do my workouts at 4 o'clock every morning.
Wow. Okay. Well, it will work for you then. That would be 7 here. So, that would actually work. Cool. Okay.
Awesome to show people talk about no excuses. Hi, it's 3. This is my time. This is when I make time. And anyone else wanting to make time with me, let's do it.
Yeah, that's insane. That's amazing. Congratulations. You're my hero for getting up at 4 a.m. to work out. That's amazing. Okay, what do you guys think about the and Yvette, I don't think you're in the group. Are you in our challenge group? Because I'll get you added today. I'll post the link again in the team page.
No, I don't think I am.
Okay. We'll get you added if you want to be in it. You don't have to. But...
I do. Okay. Is this for the new program coming out, right?
This is for any program. It's just a group that I created on Facebook, and Melissa and Diana and Stephanie's in there, and not Stephanie Catherine, Stephanie Moore, and Jonna and Sabrina, all of us coaches, and you can add your customers in there too.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. So it's we're all running a challenge group together basically, but they can be doing any program. They don't have to be doing morning meltdown.
Okay. And so for the new program, is there going to be a separate group just for that program? It's just all in there.
I'm doing all one group. I'm work smarter, not harder. I can't multiple groups. To me, it's distraction, and I'm trying to minimize time spent. So I just have one group. Everybody can be in there and everyone can do whatever program they want. And also if we do this social media challenge, they don't have to be doing morning meltdown to like participate in the social media challenge. They can be doing whatever program they want. So I think it makes it more inclusive for people that maybe morning meltdown isn't the right program for them. But they still can get that support.
Okay. I actually do like that idea of having certain people like lead for like a week. Because I've never done that before. So I would like to have some kind of like progress, but not do like the early ones. Like as I see other people, like I do want to start at least do a week just so I can be involved, and because I do plan on adding a couple of people in there as well.
Okay. Awesome. Great. And I can show you guys some examples right now of like prior things. Actually, hold on. Does anybody else have feedback for that, or how we can make it, better, how we can, make it work really well for our team and our clients? Because I'm totally open to feedback. Like I just have a lot of ideas, but my implementation and follow through sometimes is not that great. So I think doing it collectively as a team will be helpful for me, because I get like overwhelmed with trying to bite off more than I can chew. And then
I do have an idea. Someone that is a coach for another team, they do a water challenge also, and they like link their like challengers and other coaches that they work with in their Instagram story, and says like water time or water reminder or something like that. That could be another idea too. Just kind of make it fun and like link people throughout the stories.
That could be like, are you saying that could be like a Friday, like the Friday fun day, tag? Yeah. I think when it's your week to lead, you choose what you want. Like you do you're the one that's choosing the topic of the tag. Like I'm not delegating anything or being in charge of anyone. It's like each person is responsible for their week, and then it's your ideas, like it's your creativity, because that's what's going to make it more fun. If it's just me creating, it's going to be honestly boring, because my mind thinks in one way, but everybody else thinks in a different way, and they bring something exciting and fun to the table. I hope my neighbor's not hold on, let me check, make sure my neighbor's not knocking on the door. Is somebody knocking, Fran?
Hear me? I know I'm like a shadow.
Nobody's here.
Thumb up, thumb down.
I can hear you. Your volume is low, but I can hear you.
I don't know why it's doing that. I'm having issues with Zoom for some reason. But I wanted to share something that I didn't think about until like just now. I have 2 potential coaches. They're like longtime customers. And I'm getting on a call with them, which I don't like to do because I'm not good at it. And I just wanted to share, like, I'm failing forward, you guys, and I'm not asking somebody how to do it. What should I do? I'm just going to do it because that's the best way to learn. So I've done these calls before and they've kind of flopped. So I'm going to try and be better with this one. I grouped 2 people together. I mean, they're longtime customers, so I feel comfortable talking to them, and we're just going to do a question and answer and just, whatever. But I just want to share, like, it's getting out of your comfort zone. That's how you grow. And so I'm patting myself on the back because this is not something I like to do, but it'll help me grow and get better.
Wait, you're getting them on the phone to talk about coaching?
Yeah, I have 2, like, they've been like with me for a couple years now.
Okay.
And they came to me out of the blue. Like, I have interest, but I have a few questions.
Okay, great.
I was like, well,
that's awesome.
Put them together. So we're going to do a 3-way Zoom, and, I'm going to share with them. I'm a little nervous about one because she's like, oh, I mean, they both like don't want to get out of their comfort zone and blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, so I'm going to play it out. Like, it's not for me to like tell you every day what to do. The information's there. I'm here to guide. You have support. It's just like a challenge group. You have the information, and you'll do with it what you want. I can't force somebody to want to make extra money. So, I'm going to be honest, but also share like the benefits, because there are a lot if you work for it.
That's awesome. You'll have to let us know in the team page how it goes. Like, let us know how the call goes. When is the call? Today?
Today at 3.
Okay. Let us know how it goes. Update us, please. And thank you for sharing. So, I was going to share with you guys real quick. here's like a prior. So here's what I used to do. It's the content. Oh, let's see, is it open? Okay. So this is what I used to do for my little social media, creating accountability and helping them to get more social, to encourage them to not only share more in the group, but also share on social media to inspire other people to start on their healthy journey. Not necessarily like with Beachbody, but just to inspire the people around them. So day one is like your why, post a sweaty selfie and share why you decided to join this accountability group. They get 2 points for posting in the challenge group, which I can change that just because it's a Facebook group. And then 3 additional points for posting on Facebook or Instagram and tagging your coach. So they get 5 points that day if they post in the group, and if they share it to or if they post it on their like social media page. So what happened with this is, 1, like people were excited because they got some prizes. 2, wait, hold on. I'm hearing it's Matilda. I'm going to mute you, Matilda, real quick. And then 2, this inspired some people to become coaches on my team because they were like sharing every day for 30 days. For 1, it created more consistency for them because they were like posting it on social. So they had to keep going every single day. Like people were waiting for them to show up. And so they did it straight for 30 days. So it created more accountability for them. And it created an opportunity for them to be a coach because they were already getting people asking them like what they were doing and supporting them and liking, and it just gave them that confidence to start coaching. So that's like one example. And obviously I can share this template with you if you want to use my template. Like you can edit it and make your own, or you can do whatever you want. You can make it your own pretty colors. You can make it it's not like, I'm not in charge of this. I'm just sharing ideas. So here's day 2 is goal setting. And it's the same thing. Post a picture of your goals for the challenge group and share how you plan to reach them. And they get 2 points for sharing in the group and 3 points for additional points for sharing on social. Day 3, motivational quote. Day 4, a healthy recipe. Day 5, Flex Friday. Day 6, doing something fun. Day 7, benefits of working out at home. And then it doesn't just have to be about like health and fitness. Like the intention is to get people to start sharing who they are too, and be social in the challenge group. It's social media. We're on Facebook, and so that we can all start to get to know each other more. So don't just like focus on like it has to be nutrition or health and fitness. It's like any ideas that you have that are fun that can get people to share like things that are personal about them. Like I think I have like a travel destination, like bucket list travel destination as one of them, and I'm happy to use these 30 days and like we can add on from there or people, whatever. I just, that's my idea. So who would be in for leading a week in the challenge group and, doing this whole like thing? Raise your hand. 'Cause I can start like a list. Okay. Well, Allison, you're not in there. Okay. Matilda, you're welcome to be in the group too. So, okay, cool. So what I can do is I can create a list of weeks on Google Drive, and I can create a sign up list. And so you can sign up for the week that you want. So say someone's going to be out of town and that's not going to be a good week for you, then you wouldn't have to take that week. So you can take a week that's going to work well for you. All right. I'm just going to write this down because if I don't write things down,
While you're writing
I forget.
For everyone, because you were just talking about like fun posts that doesn't necessarily have to be like fitness, nutrition, and stuff like that get people talking. I did a post yesterday because in Ultimate Portion Fix, Autumn talked about dessert and that a good rule of thumb is to have dessert 3 days a week. My jaw literally hit the ground because I woke up having dessert every day, and I looked at John. I was like, "Oh my god, like, didn't you have dessert every day?" And he was like, "No." And I was like, what? So I did a post on social media, just asking people, this is something that I heard in one of my ongoing educational materials. Like, how often do you eat dessert? Because I thought it was every day. What's the norm? And it went huge. And a lot of conversations came from it. Like, and people were talking about what they did, how they grew up. Like, that's another post that you can do. Did you grow up having dessert every day? And what do you do now? It was really interesting. I apparently am not the norm. Like, we had dessert every day, ice cream every day. My mom, if she's out of town, will get dessert every day. So it was just interesting to me, but that's like a fun post like that are really good. I wasn't talking about product. I was just talking about something fun and it got people talking. So like, those are like, just an example of things that you can do.
That's a great point. First of all, I had dessert every day too growing up, and I still love dessert. but I try not to eat it. That's why Shakeology is so helpful for me, because that's my dessert. So you're not weird, because I have dessert every day. And that's a good point too, that you could use like anything that any materials that you're coming across, you know, like as you're posting ideas. So, you know, like you got that from Ultimate Portion Fix. So just things that are coming up in your daily life, and you can create the content ahead of time. You don't have to wait until your week to be like, oh my God, I got to create content today. You can have 7 days worth of content ready to go when it's your week. And if I make you an admin in the group, you can actually schedule your posts. So you don't even have to like wake up that morning and get it posted. You just schedule it for the week and you're good. You know, take Sunday night or whatever, the Saturday before, schedule it for that week at whatever time you want it to go up, and you're good. So it can all work like easy peasy. It doesn't have to be, you know, complicated or hard or a lot of work. So, all right. Any questions, feedback, comments, shares about that? Because if not, we'll jump to having everyone that went to Summit do a little, you know, short recap share of their experience and what their biggest takeaway was, or whatever they want to share. Okay, cool. So I was thinking that we can start that on July 29th, since we're starting the morning meltdown. I mean, not all of us are doing it, but most of us are, or a lot of us are. And I can take that first week if you want, just so that everyone can see what, you know, kind of get in the groove of seeing what it is. And then I can have a sign up sheet for like a Google Doc for the weeks following for people to sign up to take a week, so that people know what their weeks are and it's all organized. Sound good? All right, cool. All right, so who wants to go first? I asked everyone that went to Summit to hop on, because I wanted to get some like people to hear the stories. I know that you kind of already saw like some of our videos and shares in the team page, but you know, it doesn't help to like hear it again. And I know that there was a point Melissa was saying when we were there, she's like, you know, I thought about bringing the hubs, and I'm really glad I didn't, because I feel like if I had, you know, it wouldn't have allowed me to like connect with the team as much. And that was like one of your biggest things for like next year. And I don't think you shared that in the video when we talked. So I thought it was like a good, maybe we can just start with you.
Yeah. I don't think we did get it in the video, did we? But
no.
Yeah. My takeaway from Summit, I really liked, it was fun to be around all the people and the hype, and it gets you really excited. You know, a lot of the breakout sessions were things that I've already heard on other, like on the champions page. I was happy to hear them again, because apparently I still need to, use those tips and tools that they were giving. But really, my biggest takeaway was bonding with the team. Having that house together, the four of us being together in that house was a flipping blast. I mean, honestly, we didn't even go to the closing ceremony. We didn't do the morning workout. Like, I know, sorry, I can't help it, but we were just we had so much fun just being with each other, bouncing. I mean, it was just time spent getting to know each other, and we bounced ideas. We were able to ask questions to one another about specific problems we were having maybe in our business and stuff like that. You know, in those breakout sessions, you can't do that. You just sit and listen to what they're saying. You can't actually say, well, this is the problem that I'm having, or what do I do with this? And so it was just great time to be able to do that. You know, I was actually really afraid to go to Summit. I was afraid I was going to be left behind. I was afraid I would be navigating the whole weekend by myself. So I was very scared, but it just so happened Jana traveled with me to Indianapolis, so I didn't have to drive alone. We didn't have to drive alone. When we got there, all four of us waited for each other every day. If one of us was running behind, we were like, no problem. You know, we're with you. We're waiting for you. No one was left behind. We were together, and it was just, I don't know. I really, really loved it. It gave me a good vision for when I build my team of how I will probably run things when it comes around to Summit and stuff like that, keeping us together, showing up for my team, being there for them, and just creating a community and an atmosphere, you know? And so I was really thankful for that. I'm so happy I went for that component alone. So thank you very much. Yes, and I was thinking about bringing my husband because I was kind of afraid to come. I was like, what if I have to drive alone? I'm afraid to go. My husband, I'll have the safety net of him, but I'm glad I did not bring him because I was thinking about bringing him and my son. But I am glad that I didn't, because if I would have, then I would have had to been with them, and I wouldn't have been able to be with my team. And so that was a huge thing for me. So anyways, all right, that's just my takeaways.
Thank you for sharing. And I don't know if you guys saw the house that I found. I know it's like, it's, you know, it would be $525 a piece for 4 nights. Couples are welcome if you do want to bring your husband or your partner or whatever, but then you'd have to pay for 2 people. So it would make the cost, you know, pretty high. I mean, I'm not saying that we have to do that. I don't know if it will happen because the house could get rented and we won't get it. If it's gone, it's gone. You know, somebody else might have the same idea. But it would take like 18 people for us to fill it fully to capacity. So you'd be sharing a room with one other person, and then you'd be like splitting, like it would be $525 a piece if we have 18 people. There could even be opportunities if we have more people, like she has some blow up beds we could do. And then there was like 2 other like side rooms that have like futons that are smaller beds. Cause I contacted the host to find all the details of that house. And there's 9 bedrooms, but there's 2 side rooms with like futons. And then I was reading on some of the comments that people had asked for like blow up mattresses, and she had brought some. So if we wanted to even lower costs more and we had additional people, we could make it even like 20 maybe, or 22 people. And then that would bring the cost down more. And I'm totally open to doing that as long as I'm only sharing a room with one person. I can't share like, and that I'm totally fine with whatever the room is. But I guess there's like a huge master suite, and like everyone could even get ready together in there. And there's that huge pool. And my vision was, and maybe it won't happen for this year, but maybe it'll be another year that we do it, just because we have a smaller team right now, that we could do like a photo shoot by the pool. And then outside there's like this whole like garden area, and just instead of doing the photo shoot out like in the city, we'd be like in the house, and we'd have the photographer come there, and I would provide I would be the one to provide brunch like for all of us. So, you know, I'd have it catered, and I would, you know, provide all that. And then maybe it's not this year, maybe it's another year, but just take a look at the house. It's amazing. And if it works out, if we happen to get enough people and it's still available and we can run it and everyone wants to do that, I think it would be awesome. It was like, maybe I'm dreaming big. There's like a part of me that I almost just want to like hit like rent and just like fingers crossed, like I can get enough people to fill it, but I can't afford to just drop 10 grand, you know, and that's how much it would cost for like the 4 days on my own. So we'll see, you know, if it works out, it works out. So take a look at it if you haven't already.
What's the return policy? Like, let's say, because there was like a handful of people that said yes. So if they, you know, sent in the money because they said yes, and you got it, is there a cancellation? Like, what's the cancellation if we didn't have enough people?
The cancellation is 48 hours. Like you have 48 hours to cancel. That's it. And then if you don't cancel within 48 hours, you can cancel by like 3 days before, but you're going to get charged 50%. So it's still going to be.
So you click buy and you only have 48 hours to go back. Okay.
That's why we need like, I would need 18 people, or if we had 16 even, like I could get down to that. Like I could be like, okay, cool. But you know, we don't. We had like 5. We had 4 or 5 that said yes. So it wasn't enough people. And another idea I thought about too was like, okay, maybe we could open it up to another team that's a smaller baby team like us, and we could fill that house. And, you know, it would still keep costs down. If enough people were really interested in doing it and making this happen, like I want to do it, but I'm not getting my hopes up because like, I thought it was amazing. And I'm like, I get attached to these things and then I get really disappointed when it doesn't happen. So I'm like, well, I'm just going to post it. I'm not going to be attached. If it happens, it happens. Cool. You know, I think it would be amazing. Like, it's like a vision for me, but I can't like force it to happen. So maybe Kathleen, like maybe your success partner, if she has like a smaller baby team that would want to. It's too bad Jen Morrow doesn't want to do it, because I know she has like another success partner from another team and they all stay together. I think cost was an issue for her too, because they pay like, it's like $200 a night for hotel, and they split a hotel room 4 ways. So they're paying like $100 and whatever a piece probably, but they're sharing a hotel room with 3 other people. I couldn't do that. I would die. Like I would be like miserable. It's just, I know myself, like even sharing a room with one other person, Steph, me, like, it's already like, am I going to be able to do it? But here's what I know. Even if like, say I commit to it and then I get overwhelmed with like sharing a room with someone, I can always just like put my shit in like another part of the house and just have that be like my little safe. Cause the house is so big. It doesn't even, I'll be fine. There's room to go anywhere in that house where you're never going to feel like you're on top of each other because it's huge. The house is so big that I know I'd be fine. I know I'd be okay.
Yeah, that's my concern. Like it sounds fun and like Melissa's getting me excited, but I know myself and I know how I get in like big situations and I can become a huge raging bitch to other people because I've like gone into my hole and I shut down and I'm like, oh God, would I shut down there? Like I'm nervous about that. It's a lot of personalities under one roof and
yeah,
it's a great time to practice personal development. And I do have to say this, there was a couple of times that Marissa, you could tell that you were getting a little like, okay, I'm hungry. I want to get out of this, when we were at the convention center and you could just tell that it was getting to her, but she really was implementing, I don't know, all of the growth that you've been learning and all the things you've been learning and the work you've been doing personally. You were implementing it and you were never rude I never felt like you were rude or bitchy or anything. You just voiced that you were ready to go and you just continued to do that and we gave you space and we were like, okay, it's gonna be all right, or you can leave, or it's okay. But yeah. I think you did really, really good. So I think it's a really good opportunity for people who are in that kind of a situation with crowds and just being overwhelmed with the weekend is fast paced. There's a lot of people. It is overwhelming. There's a lot of information, but it is a good time to learn how to breathe and to say, I'm okay, and this is okay, and we're going to get back to the house. I love being able to go back to the house. Because I got overwhelmed a couple times too, but I just kept telling myself, I can just get an Uber back to the house by myself, and I can go sit there for the whole day by myself if I want to. I loved that. And I know you can do that with a hotel room, but there's just something about your mates. There's just something about your homies that, and even if we can't get this house, maybe we can get a smaller house, or maybe we can get hotel rooms in the same hotel where we can all be together and near each other. So I don't know. Anyways, my thoughts.
Or maybe we could find like a duplex where there's like 2 houses that are connected, where there's enough for all of us. I mean, this isn't the only option. I'm just, putting it out there, putting it on the table. And I agree, there's something different to coming, like, even if we did a block of hotel rooms, there's a totally different vibe when you walk into a hotel room. I just want to get out of the hotel room. Like, I don't want to be in the hotel room. But when I walk into like a house, like we played euchre the last night we were there, we played cards and like, we stayed up until like 1:30 in the morning, just like, and I was like, I don't even feel like I'm at Summit right now. We're just bonding. I feel like we're just like hanging out at somebody's house. Like, it was awesome. And that was the experience that I wanted. And I also, thank you. There were times when I was like, there was a day when I was ready to go and they were still in their class and then they wanted to go to the core and I was like sitting outside and I'm like, I really want to leave. I'm like, but here's the thing. I can leave if I want to. I can get an Uber and I can go back to the house. I don't have to wait for them and they're not going to be offended. And that made me, so I had a choice. Do I want to wait more and be with my people, or do I want to leave right now? And it was like, the choice was I wanted to wait for them because I wanted to be with them. And so I made that choice. And then I wasn't like pissed off about it because I knew I had choices, and I had options. So, I mean, maybe you and I could share a room stuff, and like, I know that you're like that and you know that I'm like that. And I could be like, dude, you have a room now. Like, I'll go find another space. Or I'll be like, I need the room now. Can you go find another space? And like, we know each other are like that. And we could like be roommates because we know to respect each other and just like leave when the other person's like in one of their moods. And then then you could just rub me the wrong way, and I already know you and you already know me. So we'd be fine.
I mean, I'm leaning towards doing it. But I'm learning to voice how I feel because, when you don't know what somebody's going through, it's easy to like judge and be like, what the hell's wrong with them? So I'm voicing, the thoughts inside my head. But you're right, Melissa, it's a great learning experience and that would be a great time to work on growth.
And the home vibe, like when you rent a house, it is different than a hotel stale. It feels homey, and it actually, because I have anxiety too. I don't like to travel. As a matter of fact, next year I'm already concerned because I hate flying and I don't want to fly. It's been years since I've flown. And I know I hate getting on a plane. I feel like I want to get off and I can't get off. It makes me feel weird. I hate it. But I probably will have to stare down that fear next year. But this is the thing, you know, when you have that house vibe, it diminishes the anxiety a little bit, like, because it feels like home a little bit. Instead of the sterile hotel rooms and the sterile convention centers and the sterile, you know, whatever, you know, the arena, you get to come back to what feels like a safe place. And it really allows you to help you breathe. So just my 2 cents.
All right, so let's hear from some of the other ladies. Allison, Matilda, Yvette.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, so first off, I just want to say I'm glad I'm not the only one with anxiety, because like I feel like sometimes I'm the only one. But I think one thing that I really, really learned is that, first of all, I'm tired of being Emerald. Just because I don't know, like in the training, I forgot who said it. It was like on the last day. He was like, "Yeah, like I don't want to see you here next year." And like, I don't want to be in the same track next year. So my goal is like to really be consistent. And if I happen to be in Emerald again, at least be like a stronger Emerald, I guess, like more like consistent. But one thing though that really was interesting is that, you know, like you see a lot of coaches with their spouse, like all the time, like with their kids, and like they bring like their family. It's like a huge vacation thing. And so I always wanted someone to come with me because I always felt like I was going alone. But I think since this past one, I brought my dad. I think having my dad there, it was so hard. It was really, really hard. It was more like maybe because I hadn't seen him like in a couple years, but I kind of felt like guilt for not spending time with him. So because I felt that guilt, I was always trying to leave. So like as soon as training ended, I had to go. And that really didn't benefit me at all. So I think even though I want to have someone come with me for next summit, I think I might just go alone because I didn't get that experience like I thought I was going to get. But I do want I guess one summit, I do want my fiance to come just so that he can see it. And maybe because since I'm always with him, I don't have that guilt, like, oh, you know, like if he's by himself, then it's okay for half the day or something. So I think that's one thing that I really learned, just because I always felt like, oh, like I wish I could bring someone. No one's ever coming with me. And I just want someone to just be here with me. But I have you guys, so it's not like I'm alone. So I think next time for sure, I would like to stay with you guys, just because it definitely made a huge difference on how my experience was. So I didn't have that that experience that I wanted. I was kind of bummed out about it, but I don't know. It was an entirely like different experience. It's kind of like, I don't know, like I missed like a huge chunk of it. So I don't know, but definitely I think going by yourself is actually very helpful. You actually get to be present in everything and not always have to worry about other people. So I think that was my huge takeaway.
I would feel like that too if I, brought someone. I think my first year I went by myself, but I was with my partner, but he was a coach and he was actually like trying to build a business because he is a personal trainer. But that's a really great share, because I think like Summit is an opportunity for us to like bond, and I wanted to hang out with you more, but I also understood that your dad was there and, that just didn't, you have to do what is best for you and yourself and your family and whatever who's with you at the time. But I love that share because like, I can't imagine having someone there unless they were building the business with me. So my suggestion to you is, set that as your goal. Like, not only are you not going to be Emerald, you're going to have a local coach join you, someone in your local area, and they can be your buddy and you can travel with them. And like, they're a coach on your team, like a woman, and you won't be alone. You'll be with someone, but you'll still get that experience where you get to bond with the team and with her or him.
Yeah, no, it's true.
So That's a goal.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
And even though I know we didn't get to hang out, I'm still glad we got to meet. And, you know, you got to meet up with us for lunch that one day, at least for the short amount of time that you did.
Too. It was nice.
And sit with us. So.
It was.
Only two left are Allison or Matilda. Do you guys want to share?
I'm at work, guys, so.
Allison? Okay, she's unmuting.
My summit experience was fun, nerve-wracking. I changed my flight so I can make our lunch photo shoot, and I'm glad I did that because it was so fun to meet all of us in that place, because I was like, I would have never found Jill at the convention center. Never. I did a lot alone because it was hard to connect and save seats because there's so many people there. I sat in the same seat every day at general session, and I really enjoyed that. I'm very structured and very punctual. That's just a me thing. It's always been spending in me since I was a toddler. So Summit for me, even though it was scary and being alone, I reached out to everybody that sat around me and just introduced myself and asked, you know, where they're from and whatnot. And yeah, being able to meet the team and the people that were staying in the house together was nice. I was glad I got to meet y'all, put a face with a name, even though we see each other on team calls and whatnot. It's just, you don't know personalities until you get to meet face to face in person. But yeah, I'm excited for the next summit and reaching out of my comfort zone because I like to have my own place and stay with the team. Yeah, that's pretty much my experience.
Well, I'm really glad you made lunch and the photo shoot because, like you said, it was because we were running late every day from the house. It was hard to like get to you because you were there early. And I know the position that you were in because 2 years prior, I was the one that was just like, I stayed at a hotel by myself. And I was super close. I think I was like within walking distance to everything. So I was like, boom, I was there like first thing in the morning, saving like 15 seats or whatever it was for everyone. And like people were like eyeing me and I was like feeling, you know, anxious about it because I didn't want to save the seats. And I was like, you know what? That year, I remember looking around and going, I'm never doing this again. I am just going to, each person, like, I'm going to create opportunities for people to get together and I'm going to try to bond with my team. But like each person's responsible for their experience here. I'm not responsible to be saving everyone's seats. And then sometimes they go sit somewhere else anyway, because they're like, oh, we didn't know or whatever. Or, oh, we found seats here and they were closer. And I'm like, all right, I'm never doing that again. So I learned that lesson. Like that was like my 5th summit that I learned that lesson. Maybe it was the first time I actually was that person that got there early and saved seats. But I was like, yeah, I'm not doing this again. So I totally understand. And I mean, it's nice to sit together, I feel like, but like, I realize like, it's not worth it to me just to sit together. Cause it's not like we're talking, we're like watching. I mean, Melissa and I were kind of bantering and I was kind of bantering with Jonna too, like kind of like saying things, but you know, it's not like you're like really like hanging out with the person. You're like sitting next to each other, like watching something and being like talked at, you know, for hours. So it's more the in-between times that I think like were important to me to connect. And for most of those, we were able to like, you know, connect like in front of the core and like for lunch. And, you know, at those different times we were able to see each other. So I agree with you. And I don't ever mind like being on my own either, like sitting by myself or whatever, but it was really nice to have like our house and know that I had my girls, you know, so it's just hard to coordinate like every person on the team, you know? So even if you just have like one buddy that's like your buddy, like we're doing this, we're going to be together, that I think will make your experience really great if you even have just one buddy, like not necessarily the entire team, but like someone to buddy up with. So you're not completely alone, but you're not like trying to like coordinate a million people either. So Well, thank you all for sharing. I appreciate you. It was nice to meet you guys. I'm so glad. Thanks for getting up. I know, Steph, you can talk. I just thank you for getting up so early and coming. And I don't want to say that before I forget, because I might let the call go to the end and then it's like, bye. And then I didn't say thank you. So I do appreciate you getting on here this morning and taking your time and sharing with us. So thank you. And Stephanie wants to say, oh, let's do a little boomerang. We'll do a boomerang for Instagram. I'll tag you all.
Something that Kathleen shared on her team page about Summit was that, your teams are filled with like all these different personalities, but there's a commonality because like attracts like. And she shared that like when they were walking to like one of the events, she looked back and everybody was paired up with a person on the team that they like connected with. It's like her daughter was with someone different, her sister was with someone different. And she's like, everybody had that commonality because although everybody's different, there is something that each one was drawn to, because I am that person. I'm like, I want a buddy. Like, I don't need 15 buddies. I'm a one-person person. And she was like, her team, although collectively together, was awesome. Everybody did find their person, and it was kind of cool.
All right, let's do a quick boomerang. Thank you for sharing. All right, ready, guys? Let's see if I can do this. I'm kind of a retard when it comes to these kinds of things, okay? I don't want to be, all right. I'm going to do count of 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, it's good. It's fine. I'll tag you guys. I'll actually download it, and I can even post it in the team page so you can download it. Oh, I don't think you'll be able to download it from there, but I can tag you guys. I'll know who's on from seeing you. So thank you for sharing that stuff. And I feel like I'm kind of like, I'm also like, I'm not a huge, like, I'm much better one-on-one or in a small group. In big groups, I also get anxiety. Like I had anxiety, like generalized anxiety the whole time you were there. I kept having to be like, because my heart was just, it's because it's like overwhelming. There's just so much going on. There's so many people. I constantly was like telling myself like, it's okay, just relax. I was just talking to myself the whole time. So I think anxiety in those situations is normal for everyone. We all have some degree of like overwhelm, it's normal. So, I think everyone can attest to that there's some anxiety, whether it's being alone, being with too many people, whatever it is that you're having anxiety about. I was just like, I don't even know what mine was about. I was just having anxiety. So, it helped to just breathe and talk to myself. So, all right, ladies. Well, thank you so much for being on. What I can do in the meantime, I can, if you want to talk to Kathleen and see if that might be a possibility, Steph, if she'd want to maybe, I don't know, get some of her team in the house with us and we could do like a little combined thing, or if you guys have like a success partner where we could actually fill the house. Or the other option is I can start looking and see if I can find, maybe a couple houses that are close together and that can house. I think there wasn't that many of us that said yes anyway. So I can, would you guys want to do that? Like, I know Allison, Diana, you said yes. Yvette, okay. Melissa, Yvette, would you want to stay with us?
Yeah, so I actually have to see, because I'm actually getting married around that time next year.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I'm not quite for sure yet, but when I do get a little bit more information, then I will be telling you.
Okay.
To update you.
All right. What about you, Stephanie Moore? I know you're getting ready, but I'm just trying to get an idea of how many people. Oh, you're gonna stay at your mom's friend's house. Okay, I see your chat. I got it. All right, so I'll take a look. That gives me an idea. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's like 7, maybe 8 of us. And then there was like, I think there was maybe 1 or 2 more that said yes. So maybe I can find a smaller house, like a 10-person house or something, and see. All right, ladies. Thanks so much for being on today. I hope anyone else have anything real quick, or you're good?
I'm good.
Diana,
one more thing. I'm going to try to convince Courtney when I'm with her on Sunday at Super Weekend if she is planning on going to the Summit. So hopefully I'll have her be going. So if you want to just like kind of pencil her in as a count, I'll keep you updated though.
Okay, cool. All right, I'm going to keep a list of names and then I'll see what we can come up with. All right, ladies, have an awesome weekend and I'll see you guys next week. Bye. Thank you.